point in time. But before I talk to you a little bit about some of these things, we have a little bit of a tradition here on our tour. My wife has a special song that she sings, and so I'm going to ask her to come right now and sing this song for us.
I started doing this in 1993, and a few things have changed. I'm going lower and lower and lower. But I love this song because it says that we've got a Savior that cares for each and every one of you. And you listen and sing along with me if you know it. I know a man, he's from Galilee. If you're in sin, I know that he'll set you free. Oh, oh, do you know him? Tell me now, do you know him? He's the son of David. He's the seed of Abraham. He's the stone hewed out of the mountain. He's the meek and humble lamb. Oh, 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 do you know him? Tell me now, do you know him? Billows may roll, breakers may dash, oh, but I shall not sway, because he holds me fast. And though dark the day and clouds dim the sky, well, it's all right, because my Jesus, he is nigh. Oh, oh, do you know him? Tell me now, do you know him?
Judy's been a wonderful blessing to my ministry throughout the years. Always known for her singing. I'll never forget the ultimate insult. When we were just married a month or two, someone asked me to come preach a Sunday morning and a Sunday night, and they asked her to come and sing a funeral on Monday. And for 2 sermons, I received $25. And she sang 2 songs and got $35. Which I'm pretty sure was because she was a better singer at that stage than I was a preacher. But anyway, we've had a wonderful life together. So what a blessing. She's leaving me tomorrow, heading for the States, and we're both having regrets that she made that decision. But anyway, we'll be back together in a few days. But great life together. I just want to take a moment to recount a couple of things that happened out here in this place. One of the things that really stands out in my mind, Jesus put his disciples in a boat and commanded them to go to the other side. They got partway across the lake and a storm came. Now, Jesus knew that storm was coming, but he purposely sent his disciples into a storm. They did everything they could. They were bailing water. They thought they were going to sink. The waves were treacherous. The waves were coming over the side of the boat. But in the middle of the night, about the 4th watch, which would be 3 o'clock in the morning, dark, pitch black, water splashing everywhere, these disciples thought they were about to perish, but they saw a figure walking across the waves. Now, this was before Jesus was glorified and supernatural in his immortal body. He was yet in his mortal body at this time. And he came walking across the waves. I just sort of imagined him just stepping from one white cap to the other, walking across the waves. And the disciples, it scared the daylights out of them, because they thought it was a spirit, maybe the spirit of death, coming to take them all home. Well, but as Jesus came, he spoke to them and said, Be not afraid, it is I. And, you know, Peter is one of those people that spoke first and thought later. You've probably met some of those kinds of people in your life. And the first thing out of his mouth was, if that's you, bid me come to you walking on the water. Well, don't ever challenge God. He'll up you every time. And the Lord said, come on. And Peter, before he thought, jumped down and started walking across the waves. And he got about halfway there and he thought, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And he looked down at the waves, and when he took his eyes off Jesus, he started down. But fortunately, Jesus reached out and grabbed him and lifted him back up and said, wherefore didst thou doubt? You know, faith is an incredible power. By faith, people have conquered nations. They have altered the course of world events by faith. And a lot of people like to talk about Peter sinking, but I like to talk about him walking for a while. And the fact that he was the only one that had the nerve to say, I'm getting out of this boat. You know, in your life, if you're going to do things for God, sometimes you just flat got to get out of the boat. You got to be willing to take a risk. A lot of people think faith is spelled F-A-I-T-H, but really it's spelled R-I-S-K. Because there are times when God will ask you to do something that will appear to be a risk, but if God asked you to do it, there's really no risk to it, because he said, I'll never leave you, I'll never forsake you, I will never fail you, I will be with you to the end of the world. Now, I feel like I need to say to somebody on this boat today, your life may be in a storm right now, but could it be that Jesus sent you into that storm so that he could reveal himself to you like you've never known him before? Were the disciples better off if they would have stayed safely on the shore and never gone through the storm and never experienced the deliverance? Or would they be better off having gone through the storm and experienced the miracle and knowing what God can do? So I would say to all of you here today, if you happen to be in the storm of your life right now, don't you worry, because he will come walking on the waters. If you trust in him, he will never fail you. I didn't say he would not fail you 99% of the time. I'm telling you, he will never fail you. He said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And if you put your trust in him, he's not going to let you down. And so I think that's the lesson we can take from out here on the Sea of Galilee today. In the storm of your life, if you'll just be observant and lift your eyes a little bit off the water that's in your boat, you'll find that he is out there, he's walking on the waters, and he may even say, you're in the wrong boat, come and join me out here. So God is with us. What a great trip this has been so far, and it's wonderful to be here out on the Sea of Galilee where Jesus spent most of his life. And it's a great thing to be out here together right now. Would you put your hands together? I have a special request of our crew. We thank God for our crew. I have a special request. If they have this song, I don't even know whether they have it or not, but I love the song, Place Your Hand in the Hand of the Man Who Stilled the Waters. Okay, before we get back to the shore, we'd like to hear that song.
But we're going to see something else as well. Irvin wanted to fish. Well, here they did it with a net. I'm just going to show you how they did it 2,000 years ago.
Hello friends, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Irvin, and like you see I will be a fisherman today. Quick explanation about this net. That's basically the same net they used to use 2,000 years ago. The only difference, it wasn't a material. Like you see, instead of nylon, the net was made from cotton, and instead of the lead on the bottom, they used to put a stone, a single stone. Usually the fishermen used to go at the shallow water at night to catch a fish naked without any clothes, so if you want to pay, it's extra. Also, in the Sea of Galilee there is a 27 kind of fish. The most famous fish, it's a St. Peter fish, tilapia fish. Also in the Sea of Galilee there is one fish, it's not kosher, I mean the Jewish cannot eat them. Do you know which kind of fish is that? Right. Do you know why? No scales. Fish without scales, it's not kosher. So let's wish me luck and let's see if I can catch you something. Head from this side, please. Whoever want to take pictures and go to this side. Irvin. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Go fishing.
Come on,
I want to tell you, only once have I been on the boat when he's actually caught fish.
He'll catch 300 this time.
Yeah. Catch something.
How long do you wait before you pull it up?
2 hours. Down. Here it's deep, we're talking about like 20, 45 meters, so it cannot go all the way down. But,
You don't have that time.
One unlucky fish.
Come on, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy.
It's made for shallow water. Here it's full of water.
No fish in this side, try the other side.
Yes.